Welcome back. This is the second video recording that's going to help you with Homework A, Week 4 of Distance Learning on Distance Formula. So by now, where we've left is you should have completed number 5 and 6 and 2 and 3 already. Okay? Now we're going to see what we're going to come up with the distance formula that's going to help us. So far we've worked on problems where we're given a graph and we could just count the height and the base length from the graph to calculate the distance. Do we always have to graph in order to find the distance of between 2 points? I hope not. Okay, and that's what we are going to do. So let's see if we can come up with the distance formula. So if we are talking about this being 0.1 and this being 0.2, then we can call the x and y coordinate as x1, y1. And this 0.2, we can call this x2, y2. Okay? Now let's look at the Pythagorean theorem that we started off with. Pythagorean theorem says a squared plus b squared is c squared. Okay, so a squared plus b squared is c squared or d squared. So from here, we can say a. What is a? A is how much the x coordinate, how the value of x changed. The 5 represents how much did x value change. So that's going to be change in x. So change in x is how much the x coordinate changed from this point to that point. And that's going to be squared. And b is how much did the y coordinate change. Going from here to there, how much did the y coordinate change? That's delta y all squared. That is equal to distance squared. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with. Okay, to get rid of distance squared, we want to find distance. We are going to take a square root of both sides. Then this square and square root sign cancels each other. Now what are we left with? So then from here we can say distance is equal to, and I should extend this square root sign all the way because that's what we're doing. Distance is square root of, what is delta x? How did the x value change? To find how much it changed, it's really x2 minus x1. That's x2 minus x1 all squared plus, there's a plus here, and change in y is y2 minus y1 all squared. So that's my distance formula. Okay, now we can use this because we can say for this example, what is the coordinate? The x coordinate is 3. Y coordinate for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 3, 4 is the P2. What's P1? This case, negative 2. X first, x is always first, 1. Okay, so then if I was to use the distance formula, distance is change in x. Change in x, how much did it change? It went from negative 2 to 3. So, or we can say 3 take away whatever the x coordinate is in negative 2. So this is going to be 3 because x2 is 3 minus x1 is negative 2. Notice I'm using parentheses so that I do not lose the negative sign. Squared plus y2 is 4 minus 1, 1 is from here, squared, and take a square root of that. And so that's going to be, now when I see minus minus, that becomes plus plus. So that becomes 3 plus 2 is 5 squared. Okay, y was 4, my mistake. 4 minus 1 is 3, and 3 squared plus 3 squared, and take a square root of that. And that's going to be square 25 plus 9, which is square root of 34. And that's exactly what we had. Okay, so when you're using the same distance formula, you need to first mark x1, x2, y2, y1, x1, y1, x2, y2. So let's do one more problem, and I am going to demonstrate by doing one problem from second page. So if you are given number 7, you are given 2 points. So first thing we're going to do is mark them. This one's going to be my x1, this is going to be my y1. Remember, the first coordinate is always x, second coordinate is y. And then this is going to be my x2, and this is going to be my y2. So this is going to be how I've labeled them. So the distance formula says distance is x2 minus x1. That's the how much the x values change, plus, and it's not minus, this is plus, y2 minus y1 all squared. So what is x2? x2 is negative 5. So distance is x2 is negative 5 minus is from here, and then x1 is negative 6. So I need to put it in parentheses because I'm dealing with two negatives. And then from here, I need to square this, plus y2 is 2 minus y1 is negative 2 all squared, and this is then square rooted. Okay, alright, so then let's deal with my minus first, because I much prefer to be dealing with pluses than double negatives. So negative 5 plus 6, negative 5 plus 6 is positive 1, and then square it, plus 2 plus 2, so that means 2 plus 2 is 4 all squared, and then take a square root of that. And so 1 squared is 1, 4 squared is 16, 1 plus 16, square root of this, and that's going to be square root of 17. And if I use the calculator, here. Okay, what is square root of 17? This second square root of 17 is 4.123105626. So that's my calculator value. However, wait, what does it say? Exact radical answer if needed. Okay, exact radical answer. That means we just want it in this form. Okay, so looking at square root of 17, does this have a factor that is a perfect square? Perfect squares are like 1, 4, 9. Is this divisible by, well, we don't count the 1 because all numbers are divisible by 1. Is this divisible by 4? 17 is not divisible by 4. Is 17 divisible by 9? No, so none of them work. So this is my final answer. So distance is square root of 17 units. We don't know what the unit is, so we just write unit. Okay, so this is it for how to complete the homework. So you should be able to complete the rest. Make sure you show all your work.